Kelly, thanks for being here today. You have quickly risen to the top of the region with your team, and we've had so many people asking questions about expansion. So you were top 10 in the region last year, team wise, and year to date this year, you just took the number one spot in our Keller Williams Ohio Valley region, which is over 4,700, 4,800 agents ish. So congratulations on that. And was hoping that you could share a little bit. Well, let's start with just who you are and all those things, and then we'll move quickly into what made you think about possibly wanting to expand, and then kind of how have you had such great success with it?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Am I good? Okay, perfect. Okay. Kids aren't up, so like the internet's okay right now. So I'm Kelly Ann Harris. For those of y'all don't know me, been with Keller Williams since 2016. Was formerly at another franchise and was number one individual agent way back to 2013, I think, in the state of Kentucky. And I had done like 142 transactions by myself with one assistant, and scaled my way to a team and tried to fumble through building a team. Through that, we got introduced to KW. I've also am operating partner of 3 market centers, 2 in Kentucky and 1 in Columbus, Ohio. And yeah, so I got stuck at home during COVID like everybody else, and we decided to really focus on our business. And we're now in 5 market centers, and we just signed another expansion agent soon. And so we'll be in 6, and I had Gabrielle pull our numbers this morning, and honestly, it's my partners. I mean, I have some amazing partners that are just knocking it out of the park. I might be the visionary, but they definitely are. But they are doing a lot of this. You know, they're doing most of this. We are on track to do about $4 million in gross commissions income this year, which would be 840 closings. So super pumped.
Compared to what'd you do last year, roundabout?
We did. So already year to date, we're at 1.6 million in gross commissions income, and
which is more than last year, right?
Yeah, and last year was 1.25.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. So you're almost quadrupling what you did last year. Okay, hold on. Let's back up for 1 second. For someone that is like, what the heck is expansion? What does that even mean? How would you explain that to them?
So expansion is, obviously you got to get it right in your hometown. So I am, as an operating partner, I see expansion done a lot of different ways. One of the things I would say that I see that it does not work is whenever you haven't mastered your location. Yep. And you try to go ahead and expand without having the right talent or the right systems, even in your own location. And I think in your own location, I mean, you need to be pushing tons of units and having a high net profit margin before you even think about going to expand in a territory. If you're a good leader, a lot of people are going to want to join you, but you got to make sure your systems are right. So, what is work? Did you ask me what's working? Sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking sometimes people are like, okay, well, I live in, Kentucky, but I'm from Ohio. So how could so I think people sometimes don't necessarily understand how they can expand, if that makes sense.
I just went out and found amazing partners who wanted to partner and they really appreciated our models, our systems, our leadership, and some great things that we were doing in our small town, because we do have 10% market share year to date in our hometown. And they were like, well, if you can do it in that town, then I can do it in my town. Yep. And so I just went out and got in conversations with other mega agents that wanted to scale and use our systems, and it's working. I mean, all of our locations are doubling in their production. They're gone from like 2 teammates to 10 teammates. I mean, it's pretty amazing watching the model just take off.
Yeah.
So that's what expansion is.
So what's the ideal person that you would look for to expand with? Like, what is their profile? What is their business? Your partners, I guess.
Yeah, my partners, I mean, they range, a lot of them, some of them were already 20 million, $30 million producers. Some of them are $7 million producers. But I don't care how much they produce.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking for is their mindset and not pushing spaghetti up a mountain. Mm-hmm. So who wants to go do something really big, and we're just the vehicle to go do it with speed and faster. So we're the ones that spent the hundreds and thousands of dollars on failing through systems and failing through people and failing through leadership. This is just a faster way because we've spent all the money. They don't have to spend all that money, and they can scale their business and make more money with our systems, tools, and leadership. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for people that want to go big. And a lot of my partners want to open up more than just their location. Most of them have goals of opening up 2 or 3 other locations through our models.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how did you learn it? Did you get coaching? Like how did you what's been like the biggest piece to your success with expansion?
I feel like I am a coach, even though I don't have all the certifications. So I did years ago, whenever I became, when I opened up the first market center, mm-hmm. I took leadership. I didn't take that lightly. So I made sure that I had multiple coaches in all aspects of my life and really looked in the mirror daily. So through that, I feel like I have lots of people that, ask me to coach them. So that's something that really helped me. Yeah. And I do have an amazing expansion coach. And her name is Raquel. And she had opened about 25 locations with 5 doors years ago. So I went and hired the best one.
Yep. I think that that's a huge lesson for everybody, because sometimes if you know that you really want to do it and it's your vision and you want to go full force, then you just need to go find the best person and do whatever they're doing,
Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah. It's probably the most expensive coach I've ever had in my life, but look at how much we've scaled.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Stephanie had a great question. This was one of my questions I have also, which was, when you expand, do the leads come from online in the new area, or what are your all's lead gen strategies?
So our lead gen model is through internet clicks and through internet lead generation, which what we do, we have a social media director, Haley. Yep. And she manages all our social media accounts, and we track everything. We track clicks, we track exposure, we track talk about any kind of data, we track it. And our goal is to be strategically post our listings to mm-hmm. drive internet leads. And then we are a lead generation team. All of our locations start with a morning huddle, 15 minutes, just like Bold. We read off what we did the day before and what we are the month to date to our goal. And then we lead generate for 2 hours. We lead generate, we cold call. Our junior agent program trains our agents on how to do that. So the fundamental difference between us and a lot of teams is we do report in every day. Mm-hmm. It's just what we do in all of our locations.
Yep. If people are on your team and they don't buy into that, how long do they stay?
They don't stay. They usually don't make it through the junior agent program. And, our way is not obviously the only way to do business. Yeah. This is just the way we chose to do our model. Yeah. And our agents on our team, you all, I tell agents all the time, like, if you come to talk to me about splits, you're probably talking to the wrong leader. We're business owners, and we're going to talk about what you net. And a lot of my agents on my team make well over six figures of income on
Yeah.
my team as a teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Tracy has a great
They take
question.
it home. They take it home too.
Yeah, they take it home, right? And okay, and well, let's answer Tracy's, and then I want to ask one other thing about that. Tracy said, when you're not in the local MLS area, where do you find your best leads for recruiting new agents to the team?
So I think Gabrielle's watching. So Gabrielle she's head of all of our recruiting for all of our locations. And so she has to switch it up a lot. It is anywhere from Indeed ads to Facebook. We have a cyberbacker named Noli. He's awesome. It's just a system. It's a funnel. We treat it just like listings. So he has a database. We may get 600 applicants throughout the state of Kentucky or the state of Indiana, and he filters through those. She'd have to ramble on if she's what. Gabs, will you put our statistics on how many applicants to conversations to KPAs on here? That way you all can have the statistic, because I think that's another thing that I hear with teams as an operating partner is I can't find talent. Well, it's a numbers game. And like, that's something that we don't ever stop doing, is putting out ads. And then our existing agents that join our team, usually those referrals come from the megas themselves.
Okay, that was two questions I had was, one, isn't your model to kind of go out and find the partner and then grow and build their team, and then they probably have a piece in the recruiting, right?
Yes, they do. We do all the new agent recruiting, and then they get the final say. Obviously, each team has a recruiting goal that matches their volume goal. And then the megas usually are the ones that get the warm leads that go to Gabrielle that are like existing. And what I have seen that's happening is that it's FOMO. So we're doing a really good job on our social medias because we're big on culture. Culture is our team. Like, every one of our locations has team nights. We post a lot. And so then they start seeing the success of our teammates, and then people want to join because, they don't want to miss out. And maybe they're not doing as well as they think they could, but with the team environment, they can excel. So it just starts coming. I mean, I always say, like, if you're not attracting people, then you got to look yourself in the mirror, and something you're not putting out isn't attracting them.
Yeah. So let's pause for 1 second on the expansion, because we have a lot of people on that maybe expansion might be in their mind and maybe it's not, but building a team is, and you've still built a great team. I mean, outside of the expansion. And I love that you touched on your culture, because I did want you to talk about that. What are some of the things that you've done to build a great team culture, whether it's a team of 4 people or whether it's a team of, 100 people?
I would say that, I mean, I do consider myself a very authentic leader.
Yeah.
We have events a lot. I mean, there's usually not a month or 2 months that go by that I don't invite them out to my house, or Kelsey invites them to her house, or Trish takes them to the winery, or Justin takes them bowling. Like, there's always something that we're constantly doing. We have contests a lot. And then if you're in that room lead generating with your team, your culture will grow.
Yeah.
I mean, that just automatically happens. We don't forget about anyone. I'm a gift giver. That's my love language. It's not how I like to receive it, but it is how I like, show it. And so we don't forget birthdays. I mean, we celebrate every little win and every big win. We do vision retreats where we go out of town and do like, we'll have a fun day. We went to they're laughing because
last one.
Yes, we went to we went to my lake house, my parents' party barn, and we had a couple speakers come in, and we just did a day to like reset because we're just all worn out. I mean, this market has us tired. So we just needed a reset day. But I was laughing because our productivity coach on our team and on our market centers, Tammy, she was like, I know y'all be playing with bears and giraffes because like I'm always incorporating some kind of animal into our retreat.
I love that. I think that does build such a great culture, though. I absolutely love that. Two questions. I don't know if these are Kellyanne questions or Gab questions, but on your P&L for your team, what's the expense of running your team? Sounds like you have a fun team environment that attracts the right team culture.
So we run true 30, 30, 40.
Yeah.
My
But
partners,
for someone that doesn't know what that means, will you explain that to them?
So 30% company dollar, 30% expenses, and 40% profit. And I will tell you, even through expansion, my partners are making 40 to 48% net profits.
That's
even
awesome.
After the partnership payout to the network. I mean, they are, so we run the MREA. I don't care if you're with expansion with me or I got an individual team before expansion, we are running to model. I do not, that it's not a business worth owning unless you're looking at your expenses and making sure that, and then everybody wins.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I just lost it. I was trying to answer Shenandoah's question. The 30, 30, 40, I'll type this in the chat and just.
Okay, yeah. What's your ratio of net income?
Yeah.
I mean, we're over 45%. The megas are over 45% net. And and my teammates are too.
Okay. 1 second. Let me put that
expansion runs about 20 to 30% net profit.
Okay. Well, that was my question was there a difference between the expansion? Is your biggest expense salaries?
Yes. But the great thing about expansion is that we get to share great talent. And where I have seen that my partners love is if let's just say, and this is what I have come, like, I didn't figure out all this with expansion until I started doing it. But like think about the caliber of talent you want for your business to get big. Sometimes we can't afford that right out of the bat. Sometimes it takes us years, and sometimes we never can afford that person, or we have high turnover. And so what expansions allows some of the best talent to be partnered with you because you share them.
Yeah. So if somebody was out there and they were saying, I'm thinking about starting expansion, my hub is good, my profit is good, all of those things, I want to go look for a partner. How are you attracting those great people that are, whether they're doing 7 million or 30 million, how are you attracting them?
I will say, no matter how good you think you are, you're not good enough. Because we broke so much stuff. Like, and I know my people are watching right now. Like, there was days that I was like, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me.
Yeah.
I promise you we will get through this, because we thought we had it together, and expansion exposes you so much.
Yeah.
But I had amazing partners that understood that we were doing something new. And so I was, it was just a back and forth, like, this isn't working. This isn't working. So what kind of partner would you be looking for?
Someone or how are you attracting them? Like, if you're going after a Trish, I mean, how did you attract her, or how are you attracting the people that are wanting to partner? Because in essence, their business is becoming your business, part of your business, right?
Oh yeah. And I mean, that means a lot. I'm not going to partner with anyone, right? Because we talk a lot, and I do feel that some people, what I've learned is, I do get asked, they're like, how do you have so many great partnerships, Kelly?
Yeah.
And I do. I mean, I have a lot of, I also own a property management company. I own a maintenance company. I own we do, we do flipping, with the, and then the market centers. Like I've got my hand in a lot of different things. I think because one, are you a good partner? Are you a vulnerable? Are you a straightforward? Are you a transparent person?
Yeah.
Because people appreciate that. And I think it's just because I'm a vulnerable leader and I'm transparent. I mean, honestly, Justin, Trish and Trish and I had a great relationship for a long time, and she was one of my, I coached her for a while as her operating partner, and then when she signed up, Justin Reese out of Bowling Green
Yep.
called me and said, "What are you doing?" I might want to be a part of this. So I didn't even go after Justin. Justin just called me and said, "What are you doing? It looks like you are doing something big. And I want to be a part of it."
Love it. Yeah, I love that. Love it so much. Okay, quick couple last questions. Tracy wants to know, what's your strategy to avoid turnover? I think a lot of it is your culture. What else would you add to that?
Yeah. Our 30, 60, 90 junior agent program
Okay.
is tougher. I mean, I know my agents are on here. It is one of the hardest trainings out there, but it makes some amazing, amazing agents. I mean, these agents, these agents, I mean, they just knock it out of the park. So I would say hire slow, fire fast. So that 30, 60, 90 program gets them out before they even come in and start getting leads.
And are you not attached to the outcome? I mean, if they can't make it through the 30, 60, 90, then see you bye, or what?
Yeah, it's funny because Kelsey, I like Kelsey leads the Owensboro team gyro now because my lane is expansion, and so her lane, she runs the our Owensboro hub team, and she's like, Tammy is our productivity coach, and she's like, "Well, I'm not getting close to them because I don't even know if they're going to make it." I mean, and it's not that it's not a bad thing. It's just like we just get so emotionally attached and want it from people more than they want it for themselves.
Yeah.
So they got to prove it to us. And our motto is, you got to be a giver before you're a receiver. I made lots of mistakes. Yeah, I made lots of mistakes putting people on my team and then being takers before they contributed. Mm-hmm. And we will never do that again. Yeah. They have to be a giver and they have to be a team player before they're going to be able to receive some of the leads and that stuff.
Yeah, love that. Pam said, can you explain 30, 60, 90? I don't know, Pam, do you mean just like what is a 30, 60? I don't know who's asking that. Sorry, 30, 60, 90, or what's in the 30, 60, 90?
A 30, 60, 90 is just a track to success. And they get hired every 30 days. So at the end of 30 days, if they haven't hit these milestones, unfortunately, they have chosen not to participate in our team or be part of our team. It's not our decision. They signed the piece of paper saying that they would do these things. And if they choose not to do it, it's no warning. There's no tolerance in that program. So they get rehired every 30 days.
And who holds them accountable to that again? Is it
our productivity coach?
Mm-hmm. Okay. For the market center or for your team?
For the team. Actually, our productivity coach is for our market centers in Kentucky and my team. She's
okay,
wearing
all hats. Okay.
We took that. I think the struggle with building teams is you got to be everything. You got to be the person that hires. You got to be the person that trains. You got to be the producer, and you got to be the business owner and the HR. So what we try to do is keep our megas and our partners in their lane, and we try to get everyone else to have a different lane to lift them up so they go faster. Just the 80-20 principle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so one last piece of advice for someone who's thinking about expansion.
Golly, there's so much because there was times where I'm like, is this really gonna work? golly, go find a good expansion coach. Pay the money. I cannot stress it anymore. And you just got to power through it. Expansion's hard. You better be ready to strap in and go, because it exposes you where you didn't, because it's real easy to do it when it's within reaching distance, right? And those people see you every day. It's 10 times harder when those people don't get to see you and you have to deliver that service over Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's great. Yeah. That's huge. Awesome. All right. This has been great. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions, you can type them in the chat. We're going to take like a quick 1 to 2 minute break while we wait for Jason Abrams to pop on. So don't go anywhere. Just hang tight 1 sec and we will get started in just a second. And Kelly, congrats on your great year and thanks for all that you shared.
Thank you.